What's good, everybody? We are back. Stockholm vlog, day 2 of 2. Goals for today, don't really have any. Did pretty much everything I wanted to do yesterday. One thing I already did this morning was I went to Sergels Torg, which is this like really well-known square, I guess, kind of in downtown. And there's this big mall there. It's like, it goes underground, it goes above ground. You have to, there are certain parts of it you like have to cross the street to get to. It was pretty cool. One thing I did write down as a potential thing to do today was to go to the Museum of Modern Art, which I just looked up and is actually kind of in the area that I am going to go explore right now. So that's probably going to be next on the docket of things to do. We have got a giant bird party going on over here. Check out these guys up here. A little running in place. The dude in the green leggings is really into it. Oh yeah, he's feeling himself. So the weather today unfortunately blows. It's like slightly above freezing. So all of yesterday's snow is either like slightly still icy or it's just slush. Like pretty gross stuff. And also rained a little bit this morning, so just not a very pretty day. Wrapped up at the museum. Walking back now, trying to find a place for lunch. Museum was really dope. Lots of cool pieces that I enjoyed. It was also free. The gift shop was dope too. A couple photography books I thought about getting. And going to those museums always reminds me, like, I can't think of a more boring job than being one of those museum security guards. I mean, those guys literally just stand around all day, tell people not to touch the art, look at the same pieces every day. I don't know how they do it. If you guys can think of something more boring than that, let me know. Feet update, still incredibly wet, still incredibly miserable. All right, post-lunch update, we're back. Currently trying to climb up to this thing. There's actually like kind of a little watchtower, I guess, sort of beyond where that bridge ends. And we made it to the top. This is a pretty sick view. So that's kind of the area I've been hanging out at for the most part. This is the big church I had in the vlog yesterday. And then that building over there is City Hall. My hostel's like a little bit beyond that, so little ways over there. Kind of this part of the city is the part I've yet to explore yet, and I'm probably not going to hang around here too much. And honestly, you know, this is kind of surprising for me, but like I have a huge irrational fear of heights, and this is not making me too nervous right now, even though this thing looks like completely abandoned. I mean, like not exactly invoking a lot of confidence, but I'm feeling all right, which is good because I hate heights. Irrational fears for me include heights, elevators, snakes, and bridges. I really don't like bridges. I always, whenever I'm driving over a long bridge, I always think it's gonna collapse and I'm gonna drown. The bridge that I actually had to come across to come to Stockholm, because I came from Copenhagen, and to go from Copenhagen into Sweden, I took a train, and the train went over the Øresund Bridge, which if you guys have never heard of it, basically connects Denmark to Sweden, and it goes partially underwater. I don't understand how the water pressure doesn't just collapse the tunnel. I guess that's good engineering, but I don't trust it. Check this dude out. He's balling up here. He's smoking on his balcony. Enjoying life. Two things I will never get used to about Europe. One, dog shit being absolutely everywhere. People just do not pick up after the dogs around here. At least not in France. It's a little bit cleaner in different parts of Europe. Like Sweden, I think I've only come across like maybe 2 pieces of dog shit. One of them is back there, which is actually kind of what got me thinking about it. But the other thing is the fact that public restrooms are not free here. And they usually cost anywhere between like 50 cents and €1, or in this case, it would be like 5 to 10 krona. But the thing about it is they actually use that money to pay someone who stands there, or he doesn't stand there, but he stays there. He makes sure people don't like vandalize the bathroom, and he keeps it clean. So they're actually a lot nicer than public restrooms in America. So honestly, I really don't mind it. And if that's the way they did it in the US, if they decided to integrate that kind of system, I really wouldn't be opposed. So I already mentioned my irrational fear of bridges, but we're going over a pretty big one right now. Kind of shitting my pants right now, not gonna lie. So another thing I don't think I'll ever get used to about Europe is just the fact that people really don't jaywalk. Especially here in Stockholm, like no one jaywalks. It's weird. And I mean, coming from the US, like literally everyone jaywalks unless you're from like Seattle. So I'm pretty sure it's like a ticket if you jaywalk in Seattle. And I get weird looks from people when I jaywalk here in Stockholm. Honestly, I think a big part of my like fear of bridges stems from just like the idea of dropping my phone or something or my camera and having it like fall off into the water and just be gone forever, which honestly would be almost as much of a disaster as me actually falling in. Slightly less, but almost. Bridge update. Made it across. Blessed. They said it couldn't be done. They said you wouldn't find it here in Stockholm. But they were wrong. Cold brew, baby. The only kind of coffee we drink. And honestly, that's like another thing I don't really like about Europe is they don't really do iced coffee here. The only place I've been able to find iced coffee is at Dunkin' Donuts. And I've only ran into Dunkin's in Stockholm. I've seen two. I saw one in Berlin. It's the only other one I've been to before today. And they didn't have cold brew there. They did have iced coffee, which was nice, but no cold brew. And then there were like a handful in Barcelona. One on La Rambla, one in Subway Station, and then there was another one kind of close to where we stayed. And honestly, this cold brew kind of sucked. They didn't have cream, which I didn't understand. Like, how do you not have cream? So these milk, I don't know if that's what the problem was. I think honestly they just don't know how to do cold brew over here, but whatever. What can you expect? And also another thing I will never get used to about Europe is the portions are just smaller. This was a medium, and this is like the size of a small if you went to an American Dunkin' Donuts. So that's gonna wrap it up. Day 2 of the Stockholm vlog. I hope you guys did enjoy. I'm hoping this one's gonna turn out a little bit better than yesterday's, because I think yesterday's definitely could have used some work, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So I'm gonna sign off right now. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you did enjoy. I'll have more content coming out when I am back in the States 2 weeks from tomorrow, Friday. Expect MLB videos, OOTP videos, and maybe even some abroad stories, who knows. But anyway, until then, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you did enjoy, and I'm out. Peace. This is what 2 days in Stockholm did to my shoes.